So if MUPI wants to communicate with 8259 only, then once the chip will be selected, then only MUPI will communicate. So MUPI will send that address to address decoder, and address decoder will release the signal for selecting the chip. Okay, and this MUPI is connected with the 8259 through the data bus. Okay, if suppose slaves 8259 are also connected, then MUPI will connected through slave 8259 master 8259 with the data bus only. Okay, so the MUPI will send the commands while initialization to the 8259, and 8259 will send the ISR address or the opcode for the call through that data bus. So data bus I have shown is the bidirectional. See here, this is the data bus, so I have shown this bidirectional. This is the same thing which we have done in the demultiplexing of address and data bus. Okay, so what are the commands through which the MUPI, this 8259 MUPI initializes this 8259? Those are initialization command word or operational command word. So initialization command word will initialize this 8259, and during the operation the MUPI will send the operational command word. Okay, so that will I explain you within a minute. So see here, first I explain you this. As MUPI is having 16-bit address bus and 8-bit data bus, so these are multiplexed. Okay, so this higher order address bus is completely free, so this always carries higher order address. Okay, and this is the multiplex address and data bus. Okay, so this will go to the latch. Okay, now this is the ALA signal. If this signal is 1, then this bus will carry the address, and if this signal is 0, this bus will carry the data. Once this signal is 1, this gate is open and this address will enter to the latch. This signal becomes 0, this bus will carry the data, this gate is closed and this data will not allow to enter the latch, and this data will come through this data bus. Okay, so after this signal becomes 0, this address, lower order address, will be provided by this latch. So for all the T state, remaining T state, this address will be provided by this latch. We have discussed this in the lecture of demultiplexing as well as in the timing diagram in detail. Okay, so I am not stressing on this because we have learned it so far. So now this is the higher order address, this is the lower order address, A0 to A7. As the IO devices have only 8-bit address, so we will use A0 to A7, and from this A0 to A7, this A0 data bus, address bus is gone into 8259. This A0 is very important signal, because if this signal is 0, then it means the MUPI will send ICW1 or OCW2 or OCW3. Okay, and this signal is 1, then MUPI will send ICW2, ICW3, ICW4 if required, or OCW1. Okay, so ICW's command are sent in the sequence. In the first, ICW1 will be sent, then ICW2, ICW3 will be sent, and if required, if it is mentioned in the ICW1 that ICW4 will be required, then ICW4 will be sent. So these commands are sent in the sequence. Okay, and OCW, operational command words, can be sent OCW1, OCW, OCW3. Okay, so if it is A0 is 0, then MUPI will send ICW1 or OCW2 or OCW3, and if this signal is 1, then MUPI will send ICW2, ICW3, ICW4 if required, or OCW1. So based on this A0, this 8259 will decide which command it has received. Okay, so this is the use of A0. That's why we have connected this A0 to the 8259. Okay, and this is the data bus. Through this data bus, MUPI will send the commands, and through this data bus, this 8259 will send the data to the MUPI. So this is the bidirectional. Okay, now see here. This is the address bus, this is the data bus, the third bus remaining is control bus. Okay, so this control bus is connected with read bar and write bar, because we are having two control signal, read bar and write bar. Okay, so for this control bus we have used a decoder here. This is 3 to 8 decoder, 3 input and 8 output. Okay, so based on these 3 input, this one among these 8 outputs will be selected. Okay, so what are the 3 inputs? We have used read bar and write bar, these are the inputs, but we have used IO oblique M bar. So these are 3 of the control signal of this 8085. Okay, so IO oblique M bar, read bar and write bar, this will be the input of this decoder, and output of this decoder will be based on the values of these inputs. Okay, so any of the IO chip, any of the IO device can be connected over here. Okay, so suppose as these are the IO devices, so we are doing IO operation. Okay, so see here, if this signal is 0 0 0, okay, so which pin this 328 decoder will select? This is the Y0 bar. Okay, these are active low signals. Okay, so Y0 bar will be selected. If this pin is 0 0 1, okay, what do you mean by this 0? This 0 means this is the memory operation, because this is an active low signal. So this is the read operation, active low signal. Okay, write bar is nothing to do with this. Okay, so this is the memory read. Okay, so at Y1 pin 0 0 1, Y1 will be selected, and at Y1 bar this is the signal memory write. Okay, because memory read, because memory read is selected. Okay, now if this signal become 0 1 0, okay, so 0 1 0 means 0 is indicating memory operation, 1 is indicating that it is a read operation. So 1 is indicating that read bar is low, and 0 is indicating here that this is the write operation. So it will be on Y2 bar, because this the value is 0 1 0, it is 2, and what is the signal? Memory write. Okay, because this value is 0 1 0. In the same way we will use this for, if suppose I want to do IO read. So what is IO read? The value of these signals will be IO, for IO operation it should be 1. Read operation, okay, read operation it should be 0 and it should be 1. So 1 0 1. So at Y5, okay, so Y5 bar will be having IO read bar, and if I want to IO write, then this should be 1 1 and 0. Okay, so this is the IO, this 1 indicates IO operation, and this 0 indicates it is a write operation. So at Y6 1 1 0 is 6, so at Y6 bar it is IO write. Okay, so as this is the IO device, that's why we have connected this with IO read and IO write. Suppose if we are doing interfacing with RAM and ROM, okay, so we will connect these RAM and ROM memory devices with this memory read and memory write. Okay, so this is the use of decoder, 328 decoder for selecting the control signal, providing the control signal to the connected IO device or memory device. Okay, so whenever MUPI this 8259 gets the interrupt for any device, it interrupts the MUPI, and MUPI will ask this ISR address for that particular interrupt, so that MUPI can service that interrupt through this INTA bar signal. Okay, and why this decoder is used? Because this decoder will connect to the control signal. Through this decoder, this MUPI will connect with the IO device by the control signal. Okay, and this data bus, I have told you the use of this data bus, as well as this the A0 line, which is very important, A0, because if it is 0 it will select some of the command, and if it is 1 it will select the rest of the commands are initialization command word or operational command word. Okay, and this is the purely address bus. Okay, as IO devices have 8-bit address, so we require only 8-bit address bus A0 to A7. As in the timing diagram I told you that when we use the IO devices, that then the address of IO devices will be duplicated on both the buses, because it is of 8-bit address, so it is duplicated on both the buses. So this is the basic thing for interfacing of 8259. Okay, in next lecture I will tell you how we select the how we select the chip using this CS bar signal. Okay, thank you.